Ultrakill. I'd say it's a pretty good game. I've been playing it a lot recently. Yeah. However, this video is not to, gush about Ultrakill, even though it is an awesome game. It is to, look at the bosses. Because some of them are really good and other ones are, not so much. That magnet needs to shut up. So, pipe clip, buggers, let's see if I can get this. Wait, shit. Wow, yeah, I'm restarting the level. That was horrible. Ha! So, this is Maurice. Wait, crud. Hold on. I need to let him kill me really quickly. Or I'll just, like, show it off with this. So Maurice kind of sits here with the whole point of, like, teaching players that, oh, there are enemies that aren't complete pushovers, and, like, aren't just fodder. And it can actually be pretty hard. Like, you only have Charger. I'm not using Charger because I have it on alternate on accident. And you probably don't have a good grasp on parries, which makes it pretty hard to, like, go straight into. However, later on, oh yeah, I am on, Harmless, sue me or whatever. You can kind of just, do this. Or, hold on, that was actually a really bad representation. Hold on. Oh, come on. I'm an idiot. Don't want to deal with you. Okay, wow, what did I do wrong? Ha. Still got it. Not very much, though. Okay, so problem is that later on in the game, you can kind of just, wreck him. He's really not that hard once you get to know the game. Play good at the game. I think that it's a good boss at the beginning of the game. It's really, really, like, good at an introduction. But once you actually know how to play the game, it's just kind of like a pushover. So I'm gonna give it a B for brutal. And on to the next level. Okay, so now this time I'm actually gonna equip the right weapons. So we'll say that, like, you might have like gotten enough to purchase the marksman, and you're entering the second level. Wait, yeah. And, like, you kill these guys, and you're like, whoa, who's that? I remember when I first played the game, I was kind of disappointed about the fact that I thought you only first fought him in O-3. I did not. Did I seriously just try to parry with the Knuckle Blaster? Not that bad, trust me. Wrong spot. So yeah, it's like, whoa, so cool. I want to follow you. Oh, I can't. And it just felt like kind of a letdown to only fight him in O-3. But then, like, later on I find that is the wrong way. I'm not, I swear I'm not that bad at the game. Crud. Aha. And then, like, later on I find out that you can enter this secret area, and oh hey, and then like, oh hey, it's one of those boss doors. Looks like there's gonna be a secret boss. And then it's Swords Machine. And it's like, oh, cool. And if you were a first-time player, like, this fight could be genuinely hard. Thankfully, I'm not a first-time player. I am not completely horrible. And it's honestly a nice opportunity because it lets you get the shotgun early if you aren't an idiot. And it also kind of teaches you, like, the importance of parrying. And then, like, oh look, shotgun. Cool, another weapon. But then now, like, all other enemies turned bosses turned enemies, just a pushover, like, in general. He also likes to do that in this arena for some reason. I don't know. But I think simply for the idea of, like, making it so you could get the weapon earlier, I have to give a O-2 Swords Machine, I'll give it an A for Anarchic. And yes, I am going off of the style rating, sue me. And for O-3, I'm just not gonna go into it. I'm not gonna play O-3 because I don't wanna. But I'll give it a B. Just because, like, it's the same, but just kind of less cool. And it's 2 phases, which is still, like, not as fun. But then we get to Cerberus. And, ooh boy, this fight kicked my ass. So, like, when I say Prelude, Climax, Cerberus, I thought, oh, this is gonna be an enemy gauntlet, right? But then I kind of just, like, come through here, and then I entered this, and, like, I've read Dante's Inferno, and I'm like, oh, crap. This is hell. And then this awesome banger starts playing, and then suddenly the statue wakes up, and you're fighting the statue. And it's really cool, in my opinion. And it's a good way to, like, teach first-time players, like, that, like, I guess that, like, the ends of the areas are going to be harder. And I guess I'll also go into its challenge, and how it also helps first new players. Like, its challenge is don't deal fatal damage, and it teaches you how to manipulate the enemy's AI. Which I think is an important skill. So, like, I'm gonna come over here. And, yeah. Problem is that now he's enraged. And I'm just gonna kill him regularly because I don't feel like doing the challenge. And then I'm thinking, whoa, that was hard. Like, is there gonna be something else? And then I see all these Cerberuses, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm dead. But then they just kind of let me go by. Honestly, chill dudes. But I do think this is a really good introductory boss. It really sets the, like, general mood for the rest of the game. Which is pretty cool. Yeah. So then the next boss is, all the way in, yes. 1-2, The Burning World. A classic. So, I was expecting this spot to have, like, a boss, because, like, you know, like, I don't know, it felt like it had boss vibes. And I first played the game, and I was like, what, why isn't there, like, a boss? And I was kind of sad. And then I was trying to get the slab revolver, and I, like, did a lot more exploring. I swear I'm not usually this bad. But then I come back to this game, level later on, and yeah, I'm looking for the slab revolver, and I'm doing some exploring. Funny story, this is actually how I first left, and, like, I didn't even realize I was using, like, a secret route. But so then, like, you come this way. Oh, wrong way. I didn't want to do the blood orb. Shit. Oh yeah, right, I remember now. Hold on. Oh yeah. So, like, hold on. Oh yeah, same problem as, like, with both the malicious face and the swords machine. Later on in the game, they just kind of get, like, easy because you fight them a lot. Like, with the Cerberus, I forgot to mention that. But so, like, oh my gosh, like, you come this way and I'm like, yep, this is boss territory. And then, like, whoa, it's spooky. It reminds me of it reminded me of O-S, and I almost crapped myself. And I walk up and I'm like, oh, there's something, it's gonna be here. And then it's a rat. That can't even damage me. And I'm like, bro. And, like, sure, it's funny, but it just isn't really that good. So I sadly am gonna have to put Cancerous Rodent in Destructive. D for Destructive. Also means it sucks. Yeah. I know that this sounds, like, harsh, but then just wait. Then I exit the room, and here there is a very cancerous rodent staring in my face. And, like, I'm like, oh my god, I was not expecting this. And it doesn't die in one hit, which is hard. This is back when I was, like, had just finished Lust. Like, I hadn't even gotten close to P-1 yet. I haven't beaten P-2, so I probably should have done that, but oh well. But then, like, after I fought the Fairy's Cancerous Rodent, I just, like, realized that this is just a really funny enemy in general. Like, it's just meant there just to be funny, and I like that. So I'm gonna have to give it a, triple S for, Shitstorm. And then to the next... Wait, I could probably just finish that message. Oh well. Then, we have 1-3, which is our first one, which technically has 2 bosses. And I actually don't remember if it's the only one. Also, I'm fixing my weapons, because, oh my god, I do not like what I have right now. Bolt Piercer. Just turning this off. Alrighty. So then now, Halls of Sacred Remains, like, it also gave me those, like, boss vibes. Yeah, I don't know how to describe it. Wait, why did I go this way? I can just go this way and, like, totally skip a ton of part of it. And that is the Blue Skull. Yay. Wait, I'm just gonna grab the soap just to make things easier because I don't want to redo that whole thing again. But then I won't use it on the bosses here. Oh, where did the soap go? Did I like blow the soap up? I did not mean to do that. Oh well. Where did I put the soap? Where did the soap go? Hold on, I'm just gonna checkpoint so I can have the soap. Like, I don't want to do this enemy gauntlet. Please say it doesn't get rid of the soap. Oh well, I'm just gonna restart the mission because I am not doing that. Oh hey, Maurice. And fuck, I did not mean to do that. I swear I usually am not this bad. Oh god, my audio just had a heart attack. Be gone, thought. Funny style bonus would be a squeaky clean, but whatever. Okay. My dog's being loud. Okay, so When I first saw split, like, it says multicolored doors only require one skull to open, I was like, yeah, I need both. And I was right. This opens the door to Agony and Tundra. So Agony and Tundra's whole gimmick is, like, I'll just only, like, attack, like, let's say, Agony. So, I'm gonna... So, like, Agony's dead, but they aren't. And they'll get back up and go to the same health as Tundra, and... which I think is a really good gimmick. Like, it makes them feel, like, actually, like, really enjoyable. Unlike a certain other duet that I will talk about later. Yeah. And they also hold one of the things for the slab revolver. But then this level's other boss is the, Hideous Mass. Oh, Agony and Tundra, I'm gonna give them our first Ultrakill tier. I just think it's really good execution of a good idea for a boss. And you can fight me, I don't care. So the Hideous Mass, like, at first glance is honestly terrifying. Like, you don't have that many weapons at this point. You're kind of just at the mercy of this thing. But then once you know how to, like, play the game, also just a piece of cake. So, but I do think the Hideous Mass does have some merit to its difficulty. So I will give it A for Anarchic. But then I really like 1-4. It just feels like a level where you just aren't expecting it. It's so calm after, like, 1-3 and 1-4. I mean, 1-2 and 1-3. And then V2 shows up. And, like, you're like, oh my gosh, it's me. Or, well, in my case, I was like, oh my gosh, it's the dude from the, title screen. Because I hadn't made the connection that it was you in the title screen. And he's like the second big skill check for new players. Because of, like, his fast movement and the fact that something that you've been relying on a lot, the marksman revolver, can be hard to use against him because he's really fast. And he gives you the Knuckle Blaster, which is an incredibly good upgrade. However, I only have one problem with him. Wait, shit, I forgot I need to restart the mission to do this. Now, I'm not good enough to do the strategy, but other people definitely have. Yeah, I'm restarting the mission. But basically, okay, I'm gonna just try this one more time. So, okay, I think I know how to do it. of just damage him with a coin, which is kind of just funny, but also kind of pathetic if you think about it. Because, like, you aren't even meant to be able to damage him, but like, oh no, it's a coin. He's done for. But yeah. Even though, like, it's a good introductory fight, I have to give it a C rank. It doesn't really hold up as you progress. I did not actually know you can enrage V1-1. I mean V2-1. So then we get Lust. I just don't really like Lust. It's a me thing, I know. But the first boss in Lust, I believe is... yeah, it's the Mind Flayer in Sheer Heart Attack. So I just already don't like this level because you know which level it connects to, which is the secret level for this layer. But hold on. So like you're going through the level. Use the blue skull if I can find where you use it, because I'm an idiot with 2 brain cells. Oh, that was the wrong rail cannon. Oh well. That is sad. I still wish that, like, a random thing. I just wish the jackhammer also took into account the velocity of the enemy that you're shooting it at, because then, like, you could like grapple a lightweight and use it on them. But I don't know. Anyways, so like, you're coming into this room, and it's like, you're like, oh no, it's a boss. It also feels like a genuinely hard boss for like this point in the game. Oh, I did not actually... oh wait, that's just there. It isn't like glass I broke or anything. But then again, like, it's just one of those enemies that just doesn't really hold up after long enough. But yeah. That's my opinion on the Mind Flayer. Oh yeah, and you have to fight 2, which is just kind of dumb in my opinion. Because then it doesn't even feel that much like a boss if you fight it twice in the same level. But yeah. Okay, but then this one's gonna be kind of a 2-part, because it's technically 2 enemies, but also at the same time the same enemy. It's weird. I'm not gonna use the tram. Trams are for ninnies. Sissies, whatever it is. But so, like, Court of the Corpse King immediately, like, kind of freaked me out, to be honest. Like, I thought, like, this is gonna be a really hard level. And there was just nothing, and I was kind of scared. Oh, and I'll talk about how it, like, helps teach you mechanics. I guess with V1, it teaches you not to always, to try new things. So, like, suddenly, your tram stops, and it's kind of terrifying, to be honest. And then, this happens, which is honestly, like, it's just terrifying, like, in general. Thankfully, later on, he is kind of a pushover. And then, like, I honestly, when I first played this, thought that, like, the boss fight was over at this point. And I was just doing some, like, menial stuff. And then, he rips the freaking roof off. Oh, I forgot to say, Mind Flayers get a D. And then all of a sudden, you're dealing with this huge-ass dude. And it was just genuinely terrifying when I first played. And it also teaches you, like, parries are really important, because it takes... Because Corpse of King Minos takes so much damage from them. Except for when you miss the parry, like an idiot. And then, like, all of a sudden, whoa, there's two little wormy things. Which, honestly, I just weirdly thought were kind of cute. I don't know. Also, the fact that he just burns like that is kind of funny. And, like, it teaches you how, like, you can't just rely on getting up close and personal to everything. Because you just can't, it's not, like, sustainable, I guess. Oh, nice, P rank. But yeah, I'm gonna have to give a Corpse of King Minos our first Ultrakill rank. Because it's just a genuinely good boss. Okay, next, we're gonna look at, our favorite Archangel that has the whole fandom thirsting over him. It's Gabriel. When I first entered this level, it felt kind of weird, because, like, I'm hearing this organ music. Like, yeah, I know this is an angel, but it just felt kind of out of... It felt weird, like, being in a fleshy area. But, like, now I like the aesthetic it gives. So yeah, this is Gabriel 1. And I also think he does a good job of, like, teaching the mechanics. Also, the fact that you can just make him jump off the edge is kind of funny. But it does have to make me subtract points, even though he is good at, like, teaching the player how to, like, manipulate enemy AI, which is honestly, like, a really good thing to learn this early on. Because it makes other bosses later, I'm not pointing any fingers, but Sisyphean Insurrectionist, a lot easier. Also, he swears, which is just kind of funny. And he just, like, leaves, and then you... So, yeah. That's Gabriel. Now we're on Act 2 in Perfect Hatred. Which is totally my favorite act. Because it does have some good bosses, but it also has some bad ones. So, I guess we'll have to start with the Sisyphean Insurrectionist. And I'm not gonna do the whole level, like, sue me, but I'm just gonna, like, have, what do I have kill all enemies bound to again? Number pad 0, okay. Because, like, I just don't really hate myself. And I'm gonna try on infinite power-ups just to make one of my, like, points later, like, more feasible. Yeah, bye. Also, I think, like, the sand in the Greed Laner is just kind of a cool concept. Oh yeah, virtues are a thing. So yeah, like, you get these, deal with the sand. Okay, and then I'm just gonna checkpoint back. So then now, it's like, okay, it's time to, like, beat the boss. And then suddenly an alarm rings, which is terrifying. And this thing appears, which, like, you shoot, yeah, you attack. And it has a lot of health. Like, I did not, I can't believe I got that ricochet. And, like, it feels genuinely somewhat hard. Oh, I did not realize I had the Knuckle Blaster equipped. And, like, the parrying is quite rewarding. But so then, like, you beat it, and, like, yay, and then the thing's open. But then I see the challenge, which is beat the Sisyphean Insurrectionist in under 10 seconds. Which was kind of terrifying for me. And there are two ways you could go about this. Do I have to go re-grab the blue skull? Of course. So the first way, and what I did, was Did I do something? Please say I didn't do something. Hold on, I have to... And then restart mission. Yay. Oh, I didn't realize that I actually haven't gotten that yet. But then the way I feel like most people probably beat the Sisyphean Insurrectionist was using the dual wield power-ups. There are 4 of them you can get around the level, and they're, something. F off. Not talking to you, viewer. You keep watching. Hold on, I'm just gonna pull up my, railgun to get a more precise angle. Hold on. Okay, so now how I feel like most people did this challenge was they wait until the end of the level to get all of the dual wield power-ups, place down a magnet, most likely after they've gotten the saw blade launcher. They then place a ton of saw blades, and then they do something like that, and then maybe this. My sound cut out. Okay. And like, yeah, I can see why. But then I learned that hold on, I'm just gonna turn on no clip because I don't want to do that whole thing again. And disable enemy spawns just until like I get the skulls. That was weird. So then, like, I found out another way, and I was like, why didn't I just do that? Which is you... Let me just turn off disable enemy spawns. So, you, like, place that. You book it over here. And then the insurrectionist will jump to you. As shown here. And then you kind of just break that, and he falls to his death. Which is way easier, by the way. So yeah, that is that. I'm also going to be skipping most of 4-3 because no. No, I'm not doing that. So I'm just going to turn on full bright and so and disable enemy spawns. And I'm going to go through here like lighting all the torches. I forgot that there aren't any torches in this room. Never mind, there is. I'm an idiot. Also, I just want to talk about the level continuity in Ultrakill. Like, in the prelude, it really does feel like you're slowly going down through a facility. Guess. Or in, like... In Limbo, you can see that, like... It really is hell in Limbo. Like, it starts looking really nice, but then it slowly just gets worse and worse until, yay, hell. Or in Lust, like, you're slowly making your way towards the center of the city, or, I don't know. And Greed, you start really far away, with the pyramid, like, looming over you in the distance. And then, suddenly, like, it's closer. And you see these insurrectionists, like, climbing it. And then, in 4-2, like, you're, like, you're much closer, and you fight one of the dudes that's, like, climbing up it, which is just cool. Then... like, 4-3, you're inside of the pyramid. And then, 4-4, you're on top of the pyramid all of a sudden, and... like, you're fighting the... Oh, I never noticed that. You can't keep me out. Or my favorite one... Well, actually, no, I can't say favorite one about... Oh yeah, I need to grab the blue skull. Yeah, I remember crapping myself when that first showed up on my screen. Wow, I am really bad at remembering these levels. Layouts. Okay, I am in the generator room. Something went very wrong. Hold on. Boop. What the hell am I missing? How am I this dumb? Yeah, you know what? Spawner arm, go. Duh. Go gadget spawner arm. I know, I'm a comedian. I completely missed where I'm trying to go. Okay, so this is my favorite boss in the game. It's just hella funny. I'm gonna turn no clip off, full bright off, infant power ups off, disable enemy spawns off. I'm just gonna spawn myself a blue skull. And I'm just gonna kind of put it over here. I forgot. Can you like quick save? No, hold on. Let me find a. No, it's screw it. I'll just checkpoint. So like, you put this here, and like, oh no. Wait, actually, nothing's happening. I guess spawned blue skulls don't work. That is good to know. Teleportation help me. Wow, this is completely... Wow, I have not done that before. You know what? This is not at all where I want to be. Well, I have zero directional awareness. But like, oh my god, am I actually this dumb? Oh, I see. Okay. It appears that having a disable enemy spawns, caused it to disappear, caused Mysterious Drew Knight to disappear. Okay. Anyways. So after way too long, because I'm an idiot. Full bright off, spawner arm off. Like you're here. And then this dude appears, who's hella goofy looking. He has 4 health bars. He has full auto. And fuller auto. And like, starts out somewhat manageable. Then like, you reach phase 2. Also, the lines are just hilarious. Like, just fucking hit him. Like, come on. It's just really stupid funny. Then suddenly they're enraged, which like, oh no. And then they're all of a sudden sanded. And then they're dead. Also, just the line, "I'm going to fucking poison you," is just hilarious. Like, I just cannot preface that enough. But then there is one thing I need to take away from the Druid Knight. He's still getting an SSS, by the way, but I'm gonna go to the sandbox for this. So, the only thing I have against him is the fact that when he uses fuller auto, you can just detonate him. Like, he's just dead. It kind of just flies off, which is funny. But yeah, I'm gonna have to give him an Ultrakill rank. Just honestly hilarious. And then now, time for 4-1. Wow, my brain is not functioning. Or I guess 4-4. Yeah, I really am not working. So, like, oh, just something I want to point out, which is funny. Uh, if just like the fact that this is just a cat, but then it's Florp. He is the Florpy Florp. Sorry, yeah. Oh well. Wait, I did not mean to have that. I'm gonna restart the mission. So then, like, when I saw the name Claire de Soleil, I immediately thought, oh, it's V2. Because, like, it just it has such a good, like, parody with Claire de Lune from the first fight. Like, I was like, yeah, it's gonna be V2. But then I didn't expect the glam up that, like, V2 got. But so, like, I immediately tried to rely on my coins, because that's what I usually do. But then, he can shoot them down. And, like, that's funny. But then also you can just get use a... punch him with the Knuckle Blaster and get a... stop hitting yourself, which is just hilarious. And he gets really angry and starts moving around like crazy. Anyways, no gun. And then, like, he's like, you say you're not getting away this time, which just was like weirdly cool to me. And anyway, it's time to bully him again. And then you drop, and he dies. Then you get the Whiplash, which is the best upgrade in the game. And then, like, you learn how you can pull lighter enemies to you. You can... and also, like, pull yourself to heavy enemies, which is why I use Pump Jackhammer, because you can do a lot of damage with it. And yeah, I'm gonna give V22, or I guess as I like to call it, V squared, an SSS rank. Honestly, just an overall improvement. But now we get to a boss that kinda sucks. So, I forgot to say this earlier, but the Corpse of King Minos is considered a spectacle boss. The whole point of spectacle bosses are going to be like cool and is to be cool and big and exciting. Wait, I actually forgot about the oops. Hold on, I'm just gonna do the skip because I don't want to do this arena. Hope I did it. Oh well. I just realized that the music is not playing. How did I do that? I do not know. Yeah, I should have just gotten slam storage. But gone. That is sad. Oh yeah, I forgot this opens. Now, what is in my opinion the most hype boss, like, in this layer. I'm just doing this to... So, like, you see this dude, and you're like, whoa. And so not knowing what to do, you break the idol. Mistake number one. And suddenly, he's all up in your face. Like, you cannot get away from him. And, like, he's fast. He's hard to dodge. He doesn't really have that many parryable attacks. Also, the fact that there's just, like, a whole lightning element, which is cool. Like... You can put that, and then, like... Wow, I have missed my rail cannon twice. That is just kind of sad. But I'm gonna get the rail cannon shot this time. Aha! He can also just hit himself with his own lightning. Like, yay, I beat the boss. But then you find out that the challenge is to not fight the ferryman. And I'm like, oh, how do you do that? So, you like, you come here. Wait, I'm just gonna grab the florp. I wanna have the florp with me. Emotional support florp. Florp! I love the florp. Sorry. Okay. And you can just kind of toss a coin to him. If hope. Oh my god. Yeah, there you go. And it'll be chill. And it'll be like, okay, yeah, you can go. You've paid. And then the door will open. And you can leave. It's honestly just a cool little thing. Now, okay, I was talking a bit about it earlier because I forgot about the ferryman. But it's time for my least favorite boss in the game. Oh my god, I've been forgetting to rank them. Okay. Insurrectionist, I'll give him an S. Like, the Insurrectionist, he's chill. I'll give him an S rank. Uh, Mysterious Druid Knight, definitely an Ultrakill rank. Awesome. V squared, I'll also give it an Ultrakill. It's a good, like, conclusion to his story. And Ferryman, I think I'll give him, like, an A. He teaches you about, like, environmental stuff, but it's still not my favorite. But then we have Leviathan. The whole point of Leviathan is to be a spectacle boss. Like, something big, like, super foreshadowed. So I was expecting this, like, awesome, really cool fight. And so I make it up here, and then a big snake comes out of the water. With, like, 2 attacks. Like, a lunge, a tail swipe, and projectile spam. And, like, the projectile spam isn't even that good. Oh, that was an accident. The only redeeming point of this fight, which is saying something, is how in phase 2, like, you get on its back, which is cool. I'm like, oh no, it broke. But then you just grapple to his head, and, like, it isn't even that different. Like, it's just not a good fight, in my opinion. And, like, it just feels like King Minos, but, like, worse. And I think while it's a good idea, it just could have been pulled off better. Oh, what is going on? Yeah. Just a pushover. Yeah. Oh, and then time for a... Oh, I'm gonna give it a literally no rank because it sucks. Also, Swords Machine Poggers. Okay, now it's time for my second least favorite boss. Insurrectionists, Angry and Rude. They feel like if Hikita said, oh, this boss formula works well, let's just use it again. Which I think is just a bad idea for a boss fight in general. Because it feels a lot like, it feels unoriginal. I guess that's what I'm like getting at. It's just a bad boss fight in my opinion. I don't like it. So I'm giving it a destructive rating. The next mission. And yes, I will talk about the Prime Sanctums in a bit. So now 6-2. The easier of the Gabriel fights. Good jams, bad fight. Yep. That was a lot faster, I just realized, than the first Gabriel fight I did. So, yep. I'll give Gabriel 2 a B ranking for, just not really that good, but not the worst. Like, what do you mean you're not responding? Yay, I get to reopen it. I guess while I'm doing this, I can just, oh wait, no, it's still... Okay, just gotta do that, and... do this, oh cool, 1.4.5 is out. Cool beans. Sorry, I just got kind of distracted. Okay, no, I'm recording, Mom. It will only be one moment. Manage. Oh yeah, I'm gonna call him later tonight. I'm in the middle of recording a video. I can't. The moment I'm done though, okay? Okay. Bye, Mom. Okay. Godfist suicide time. So, this is another example of a level having 2, and flashbang, subscribe. I'm joking. I hate saying this, but yeah. Oh yeah, breathing moment. Ugh, I hate Garden of Forking Paths. Wait a second. I need to take another look at that. I just feel the need to say that I don't really like the Garden of Forking Paths in general. It just feels so, like, out of place with than the other, violence levels. Oh, that's funny, I just saw him move. Oh, yep, wrong way. That gave me a heart attack when I first saw it, which is just kind of funny, to be honest. Anyways. Easy. Oh, come on. They're just sliding, that's funny. Wait, why would I use the screwdriver if I could just do that? Oh wait, I can do Johninator right now. So yep, time for secret boss. Number 2, that's like, is a reference. Big Johninator. So Big Johninator's whole thing is like, oh no, spooky. And then he just kind of, like, freeze frame his rockets, and he just kind of can't really do anything. And he can just, like, parry his mines to heal. Yeah, he can kind of just kill himself. Anyways. Minotaur jump scare. fight the huge Cerberus. Why the heck not? Anyways. I've always wondered why these Cerberus, like, Cerberus in this level just have a different colored, like, thingy. It's weird. So, like, anyone actually know why? Or is it just, like, something that happens? Anyways. I hate Garden of Forking Paths just because of, like, the fact that just there's stuff everywhere and, like, you have to constantly backtrack. It's just not fun, in my opinion. But this isn't about Garden of Forking Paths. Oh, yeah, right. For Big Johninator, I will give him a B for blowing himself up. Or blowing himself to pieces. Both work. I'm really rusty. Oh, wait, why don't I should just do that? I guess I'll classify Minotaur as two different... Both forms of Minotaur fight as two different versions. I don't know. Yeah, Minotaur 1, there just isn't really that much to say about it. Like, you're on a tram. You're moving. Like, I'll give it a D for didn't need to be here. Minotaur 2, however, that's a different story. Wait, is that... Oh, that's a flesh panopticon. I just noticed that. Cool. Minotaur 2 actually, like, feels like a challenge sometimes. Keyword being sometimes. Anyways. I'll give Minotaur 2 a B. I don't know. Just not really, like, the best, but not the worst. Oh yeah, I forgot. The next one is technically in here. I hate parkour. I don't even get how I was able to get the jackhammer in the first place. So Gutterman 1. Like, main flaw is you can kind of just walk past him. Like, even then, like, you just go, like, bop. And then now you can just do that and just kind of mince him to your heart's content. But I do have to give the fact that, like, you can make an explosion by jumping on him, like, something. I'll give him a B, also. I forgot, do the gutter tanks here have a health bar? I don't know. I'm not gonna do it. And then now, time for our final main dude. And I guess I'll swap him and flip him, put him into 2, because I don't know. Also my favorite enemy in the game, Benjamin. The Earth Mover. So this is a spectacle boss done right. The moment that you first see it, you think, like, this is terrifying, like, I need to get rid of it. And a lot of people get turned off by the fact that, like, oh, but they're regular enemies. Well, y'all have P-Dash too, and, like, there are regular enemies there. It's just, like, it's a good spectacle boss. Which is, honestly, something I feel like a lot of games can struggle with. Oh, come on. Did you... Anyways. It really does feel like something big is happening, and you feel insignificant and, like, important at the same time. And also the fact that, like, there are other enemies doesn't make it feel like it makes it feel like what it's meant to represent, a war zone. Also, random fact, we know that Earth Movers are Japanese due to the Japanese texture on them. And we also know that, rude. And the number 1,000 in Japanese is sen, and THR is meant to be short for Thor. implies that, like, it has something to do with centaurs, which also makes sense because its PNG file in the game is literally named centaur.png. Hey, Benjamin. You, however, cannot lobotomize Benjamin anymore, which is honestly minus 1 point. Why can't I lobotomize the boy? Die. Oh wait, I did not mean to do that. Oh well. So yeah, like, it's a good spectacle boss. It really does feel like a war zone. Unlike Leviathan. Like, to the point where it rivals King Minos. I also see people say, oh, but it's two bosses. It's the defense system and the actual Earth Mover. Which is just wrong, because, like, you don't say that about Minos, and everyone loves Minos as a boss. Then what's the difference with the Earth Mover? Like, why is it suddenly a problem? And again, it shows that you really are, like, in a war zone. It feels so much more real that way. Also, like, it's a pushover. Like, why do you even complain at this point? I forgot about that. Also, for everyone who's like, it sucks, just take an electrical weapon, go over to the crane, and then just don't fight the defense system. Like, it isn't really that hard. But I'll give the defense system, like, an S. It does sort of give that, like, it can be good in some cases, but it also kind of sucks in others. Wait, then I'll put in B then. I don't know why I put it in S for some reason. Anyways, this part of the Earth Mover is really fun. I don't know, I just like it. Also, like, took me forever to first beat until I just realized that you can dash to cancel your momentum from idols, and like if you're worried about the rising stuff, you can just go there and like get launched into the launch pad up. Anyways, preparing for wish I could have gotten the one cycle, but oh well. I don't know why I did that. And then yeah, the Earth Mover's dead, and suddenly, it like an alarm goes off. You get critical failure, and like, oh, you gotta run. So you do that, and then there's an enemy gauntlet, which is just cool. There's nothing bad about just a classic enemy gauntlet, as long as it isn't horrible. Like, nope. Yeet. I did not mean to do that interruption, but okay, I'll take it. And then, like, you're in this final escape. And then you stand on this, and you just turn around, and suddenly, boom, there's this big explosion. And it rains blood. And... why can I not see that earth mover? That's way off in the distance. And that, like, earth mover that's way off there, yeah. Like, it just gives me, like, smug vibes. I don't know. So, yeah, that is, oh, wait, I forgot about some. Good mission, then I'm gonna go to... Actually, hold on. I'm gonna load up my, legally obtained save file. And I'm gonna load up into P-1. So, like, this one also just feels a bit like a letdown. Like, well, I mean, actually, no. I was thinking of the wrong boss. So, the Flesh Prison. The Flesh Prison can feel like a genuine threat, because if you can't take out the eyes, like, I'm demonstrating, it'll heal a lot, which really sucks when you're, first trying, when you're first playing the level. Anyways, however, suffers from from the problem of being a big target. And a big target means a lot of space to hit. And all of a sudden, like, it breaks open, there's blood, and then this happens. I'm not gonna go through the whole Minos thing, but now he's here, and kinda kicks your ass. So yeah, Minos Prime does a good job of being the first Prime Soul. And yeah, Terminal, so I'm gonna have to give Minos Prime a Ultrakill, just because it's a good boss. And I'm gonna give the Flesh Prison A, because it isn't that good, but it's a lot better than its sequel. Okay, Weight of the World. Let's go. I can remember how to actually skip the Sisyphus again. I'll just slam storage up here, because I think it might be up here. Unless I fail the slam storage, because I'm an idiot. Ha. I remember first entering this level that I thought I'd be fighting like a mechanical boss. Also, the ha 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 is funny, as if you had a choice. Okay, now Flesh Panopticon time. When I first saw this, I was like, oh, hype. It's gonna be like so much harder than the Flesh Prison. And then you find out that after you like attack him enough, Sisyphus does this. Breaks out, is all rawr. So yeah, I'm just gonna say this right away. Flesh Panopticon gets a, doesn't even deserve to be on the list. Like, it's just a bad boss, like, overall. But meanwhile, Sisyphus, that's also an Ultrakill. Well, like, I guess I should wait to give my opinion, but I think you all knew what it was gonna be. Yeah. Sisyphus, obvious Ultrakill. Yeah. That's my boss rankings. Alrighty. That is going to be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. I can't believe I'm asking this, but please subscribe. It really helps. Alrighty, bye.